given his bread to the hungry, hath covered the naked with a garment. He that hath not given forth upon usury, neither hath taken away any increase, that hath withdrawn his hand from iniquity, executed true judgment between man and man, hath walked in my statutes, hath kept my judgments to deal truly. He is just. He shall surely live, saith Yahweh God.
All right,
If
stop
he
right there.
begets, that's it.
So, yeah, if he does what is lawful, what is just, what is right, and he deals truly, right? If he does
Mhm.
all of that, what he does not believe in the human sacrifice or JC's
Mhm.
atonement or whatever, is he condemned?
So, what good would Yahweh Shai's atonement do for a man like this?
Right, right. So my question is, will he be condemned if he does what is just and what is right without believing in JC? Will he make it to the kingdom?
No.
He won't make it to the kingdom if he does what is just and right, even though he don't if he don't believe in JC.
So let's do like this. If he's contemporary with JC, as you call him, if he's contemporary with Yahweh Shai and he's doing what's just and right, what happened to JC according to your understanding about what happened to him? What was his death? Was his death just? Was it unjust?
Was JC just or unjust?
Was his death just or was it
Oh,
unjust?
it was unrighteous. His death was unrighteous according to the law.
He was
Because
murdered.
how did huh? Repeat that.
He was murdered.
He was murdered. According
Uh,
to the New Testament story, he was murdered, he was lied on, he was betrayed, uh, and it was blood money.
okay.
That is an
So I
unrighteous. That is an unrighteous atonement, if you will.
I agree. So the law says you should not stand against the blood of your neighbor. So if we just list all these things from 1 to 9, right? But he's contemporary to Yahweh Shai, and he treats Yahweh Shai the same way everybody else does. He doesn't make it into the kingdom because he fulfilled all these things, but he didn't come to Yahweh Shai's defense. Now, if he's not contemporary with Yahweh Shai, then he's irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? He's irrelevant at that point, and he would probably see the resurrection because of the things that he had done in his past life. Conceptually, we
So
don't know a whole lot about the resurrection, so it's hard to like put him in this hypothetical pocket. But if we make him contemporaneous with Yahweh Shai, it would be impossible for him to do all of these things and yet stand by as an unjust murderer is committed and still make it into the kingdom.
okay, is there anywhere that you can show me in the OT where we have to believe on the death, burial, and resurrection according to First Corinthians chapter 15, verses 1 through 4?
Nah, but and then again, that would be irrelevant to the discussion because believing on Yahweh Shai and believing on the
But
death, burial, and resurrection is two different things. So we want to make sure that we at least respect whether or not I answered the question that was at the first goalpost, which is, does he have to believe on Yahweh Shai? And if he don't, can he make it to the kingdom? Can we agree that if he were to stand idly by as Yahweh Shai is unjustly murdered, that would be unrighteous, and that is not covered under the list of righteousness listed from verses 1 through 9? Can we agree on that?
can you repeat that? If you said if somebody stand idly by the bloodshed
So
of JC.
so let me I'll read this list of righteousness
Uh,
from verses 2 to 9, right? It says, what mean ye that ye use this proverb concerning the land of Israel, saying the fathers have eaten sour grapes and their teeth are set on edge? As I live, saith Yahweh, ye shall not have occasion any more to use this proverb in Israel.
mhm.
Behold, all sons are mine.
Can we touch that? Let's touch
You
that.
can.
One through
Yeah,
three.
yeah,
The
yeah.
word of the Lord came unto me again, saying, "What mean ye that ye use this proverb concerning the land of Israel, saying, the fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge? As I live, saith Yah, Ye shall
Mhm.
not have occasion anymore to use this proverb in Israel. So what is this proverb speaking about?
So I believe it's referring to Exodus chapter 20, where it tells us that if a man he hates the generations of the people that hate him and don't keep his commandments, and revert to people that love him and keep his commandments. But I'm painting a picture right here because you you want a more detailed answer to your question, and then we'll come back to this point. So it says, "As I live, saith the Lord, ye shall not have occasion anymore to use this proverb in Israel. Behold, all sons are mine, as the soul of the Father. Also, the soul of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. But if a man be just and do that which is lawful and right, and hath not eaten upon the mountains," the list of righteousness starts here. "That eateth upon the mountains, neither hath lifted up his eyes to the idols of the house of Israel, neither hath defiled his neighbor's wife, neither hath come near to a menstruous woman, and hath not oppressed any, but hath restored to the debtor his pledge, hath spoiled none by violence, hath given his bread to the hungry, and hath covered the naked with a garment. He hath not given forth upon usury, neither hath taken any increase, that hath withdrawn his hand from iniquity, hath executed true judgment between man and man." So this right here, if he did this in a time that's contemporary with Yahushai, for Yahushai, then he would definitely go to the kingdom.
Okay, why
But
would it be for Yahushai?
because this is true judgment between man and a man. So if you stand between the blood of your neighbor, that's
Mhm.
whether you're withholding a righteous judgment, like nobody came to plead his case and say that
Right,
he
right.
was innocent, nobody stood up for him. So in verse 8, he would actually have to fulfill this for Yahushai. So in a sense, that's believing in Yahushai. You really look at the root of what believing on Yahushai is. So this, by default, it would make him a believer in Yahushua. It would make him a contemporary. Say he knows about Yahushua and everything like that. He would make it into the kingdom in this case.
Okay, so let's take Ezekiel 18, right? And let's exclude JC out of it. If a man
Uh,
does what is lawful and right, and he does not sin, will he make it to the kingdom without believing in the death, burial, and resurrection or the atonement of JC?
you can say that. It just
Read
depends
that. Can you
on
read
when.
that?
It just depends on when it exists. Yeah,
Okay, what about from the first century till now?
because the reason that I asked that is, what even is the kingdom? So our view on the kingdom is that the kingdom starts with the priesthood after the order of Melchizedek. And there's a certain way that you enter that. My belief and what we teach is that Yahweh Shai did kickstart this priesthood from what the foundation was that was given to David. So David was given that priesthood for forever and ever after the order of Melchizedek. His sons became priests. Yahweh Shai, being his son, had the ability to kickstart this priesthood. He washed the feet of the apostles, brought